Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dave Whalen back again. I hope that you're having a great day, and I just wanted to come at you with what I hope is going to be a short video. What's going on is I'm about to record some guitars, and I have a particular way of recording guitars that makes post-production and processing a lot easier, and I wanted to share it with you. So what I'm going to do is I've got my session set up here. And you can see I've got my guitars. I just loaded a template. So all this is already loaded in for me. And what I've got here for my guitar that I'm going to record is a stereo track. So it's going to be a mono part. So why, Dave, would you put it on a stereo track? Well, I'm going to show you. So what I have done here is I have my guitar. And this is a Shuriken Variax guitar, and it plugs into my Helix through a special cable. It's a Cat 5 cable, okay? I have a Helix rack unit, which also has a buffered through, so it can take the direct input signal from the guitar and output it straight to whatever. So if I wanted to run another amp setup, like an actual amp setup, I could run that through to an amp and it would have the exact same signal. Okay, so most interfaces will have, or like amp simulators or whatever, will have a way to run a direct signal in parallel to your process signal. Okay, and there's usually a way you can figure out how to do that. So that's what I like to do. I like to run the direct guitar in the same, or in a parallel path to my processed guitar. And then I run both of those into a stereo track, and then I record it left and right. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I do that right here. So I've got, actually I'll pull up my control panel for my mixer here, and you can just see the mixer on the screen. Okay, so here is my mixer, and I've got guitars. All right, so I've got guitars coming in on channels, oh geez, 52, 53, and 54. Okay. So if I wanted to run a stereo effects pair into my DAW, I could, using the Helix L and Helix R channels. Okay, but I'm not doing that. I'm just recording a mono processed distorted signal. And then on the other end of that, I've got my Helix DI, which is just the raw signal. Okay, so I've got both of those running into my board. And so let's see, it's 52 and 54 inputs. So if I go into my audio connections, so I got Helix L and my Helix DI are 52 and 54. Okay, so that's how we would normally see it. Then I created a stereo pair for Helix, for recording the Helix using channels 52 and 54 for left and right. Okay, so now I go to my guitar channel, and Helix Stereo is my assigned input. Okay, it's really that simple. Okay, so I'm going to record a part for you here, and then show you the advantages of recording in this way. All right, so we've recorded a basic guitar part, and you can see we've got right here, we've got the affected signal on the left, we've got the raw signal on the right. And so how am I going to process these? So there's a trick that I use, because obviously, I mean, if you want to have it anything other than panned hard left and right, you're going to run into a problem because it's going to sound weird, right? So this is what the left sounds like. And then if we pan it right at all, all right, so how do we fix that? Well, it's easy. There's a free plugin from Boz Digital Labs called Panipulator. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so what I do is I insert this on the channel. I do it after all of my like compression and stuff. You could do it before, probably, it doesn't matter. But so what you do is you just insert that, flip it to mono, and then L, just select L only. Or you can select R only if you're a masochist. Okay, so that's all well and good, Dave, but what is the point of doing that? Okay, so here is the point. Say the timing was off on a note. Say the guitar player had a really great take, except for one little note. Well, if you look here, when you see the raw guitar signal, you can see every transient that he hits, and it pokes through like a sore thumb. So if you're trying to line everything up right on a beat, right? You can see what you're trying to do, and it makes it very, very simple to do. And as here, let me do an audio warp. Okay. So as you see, everything is super simple to see. If I wanted to line this strum up right on the upbeat right here where it's supposed to be, and do that one, and do that one, I can line up where I can actually see the transients, and then the distorted signal follows, right? So now you've got something that's perfectly in time. You didn't have to guess at where the hits are. Okay, this one's a little off. I'll adjust that. This one's a little off. Okay. So you can see it's super simple to see where... Okay, where you're supposed to line stuff up. And this is great for editing, right? Okay, but there is another advantage that I wanted to talk to you about. So I'm running through my Helix. I got this tone dialed in, or maybe someone has sent you some tracks and they've got their tone dialed in and they think it's great, but it turns out to not be exactly what the song calls for, or you would just rather have something else. Okay. So here's a great thing to do. Okay. So go to my plugins. All right. I use Helix Native. Okay. So now I've got my Helix Native plugin. Okay. So, but you don't. All right. That sounds awful. However, if we go to our Panipulator plugin and select R only, now we're feeding our raw signal directly into Helix Native. And now we can reamp this. Now we can reamp this raw signal as if it's being played for the first time, and we don't have to asked our guitar player or to re-record anything. We don't have to re-record anything ourselves. So this is just a great way to future-proof your session as far as your guitar recording goes, so that editing and reamping, if necessary, are incredibly easy and you don't have to re-record anybody. So that is my video on the best way to record guitars for later processing. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell so that when I upload more videos, you actually get notified and you'll see them. So until next time, hope you have a great day. God bless, and we'll talk to you later.